Students, I am Sanju Hazria, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangad. Today we will study Gabriel Okara's poem Once Upon a Time. This poem is included in BA Part 3rd, Paper First by Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner. So first of all, introduction of the poet. As you know, Gabriel Okara is the poet of this poem. So introduction of Gabriel Okara. Gabriel Okara is a Nigerian poet and novelist whose work has been translated into several languages. After his first poem, The Call of the River Nun, won an award at the Nigerian Festival of Arts in 1953. So he won an award in Nigerian Festival of Arts in 1953 for his first poem. Several of his poems were featured in the Nigerian literary journal Blake Orpheus. In his poetry, Okara draws from Nigerian folklore and religion while exploring extremes within daily life through circular patterns. In addition to a novel and several books of adult poetry, including The Fisherman's Invocation, it was published in 1978. Okara has published two collections of children's poetry, Little Snake and Little Frog, and it was published in 1992, and An Adventure to Juju Island, and it was published in 1992. And after leaving school, Okara wrote plays and features for radio. So he also wrote for radio. And in 1953, his poem The Call of the River Nun won an award at the Nigerian Festival of Arts. As you know, I have explained before. Some of his poetry was published in the literary magazine Blake Orpheus. And by 1960, he had won recognition as an accomplished literary craftsman, his poetry being translated into several languages. One of his most famous poems is Piano and Drums. So it is most famous poem by Gabriel Okara. Another popular poem, You Laughed and Laughed and Laughed, is a frequent feature of anthologies. Okara is very concerned with what happens when the ancient culture of Africa is faced with modern Western culture, as in his poem Once Upon a Time. He pursues the theme in his first novel, The Voice. So it was his first novel, The Voice. It was published in 1964. Its protagonist, Okolo, like countless post-colonial Africans, is hunted by society and haunted by his own ideals. Experimenting linguistically in The Voice, Okara translated directly from the Laja language, imposing Lajo syntax onto English in order to give literal expression to African ideas and imagery. The novel creates a symbolic landscape in which the forces of traditional African culture and Western materialism contend. Okara's skilled portrayal of the inner tensions of his hero distinguished him from many other Nigerian novelists. So, this was the introduction of the poet, and now summary of the poem. And our today's poem is Once Upon a Time. So, Once Upon a Time is a free verse poem. It is a free verse poem that focuses on a father's attitude to cultural change and times past before the incoming Western culture affected the native African way of life. So, how Western culture has affected the native African way of life is expressed in this poem. In the poem, the man, presumably a father, addresses to the son, telling him in a rather nostalgic manner, he is telling his son how things used to be. People were different back then, more genuine it seemed, and that is what the speaker would like to do now. Return to a restored world if he can only learn from the youngster. Back then, people weren't after your money. They could look you in the eye and smile real smiles. But nowadays, what is happening? Although the smiling teeth are on show, and they will shake your hand. All they want to know is your financial status. And so the poem progresses, the early stanzas revealing more of the negative changes that have occurred during the father's lifetime. He is old enough to have watched decent human standards drop to the wayside as Western ideals, together with capitalism, gradually took over. The speaker wants to relearn from the as yet untainted son how to laugh and be genuine again. It's rather a pathetic plea coming from the adult to the youngster. For what can the son realistically do? Can the clocks be put back? Can an ancient culture be retrieved from the overwhelming modern culture? The themes are how society changes, cultural shift, capitalism, values. Perhaps the tone is ironic. Perhaps the speaker knows deep inside that he will never regain that purity. He won't be able to turn back time and relive life as a transformed person. That's why the title could be From a Fairy Tale. The speaker's wishes are a fantasy. So, this is the summary of the poem, and I think you understood. And I will explain this poem in my next video. Thanks for watching.